We're here at Maxpro Technologies today to show you some of the features of our 3-channel pressure logger. This unit has 3 pressure transducers, all controlled by one box. There's various ranges of pressure you can choose. This happens to be a 30,000 psi unit. We have various options as far as transducers. We have a single channel. We've done all the way up to a 10-channel pressure logger. Okay, this unit has 3 pressure transducers, so we have real-time pressure here, peak pressure for the 3 different transducers. The peak pressure gives you the highest pressure that transducer has seen, so if you have a pressure drop or a leak in your system, you can see the difference between the peak pressure and the real-time pressure. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go to the setup screen. The unit is password protected here. When it comes from the factory, it's 4 ones, and then hit enter, and you can get into the setup screen. That's something you can also change by going to the password editor if you want to put your own password in there. So one of the things you can do from this screen is go to the calibration, where you can zero each one of the pressure transducers after you've got them hooked up, and then there's a shunt calibration function that you run as soon as you hook the unit up to a new transducer to calibrate the deucer to the logger. There's also a title editor where you can put your own information in here that will print out on the test report. You can change these. I've just got customer name, part number, and so on in there, but those are customizable by the customer. You can also go to the header editor, and you can put, if you want to put your company information in here, you can put that in. That'll come in on the top left hand side of the test report when you print it out. There's also a button to turn on and off the auto peak reset. If you have it turned on, when your test is done on the main screen, it'll automatically reset that peak pressure. If you want to leave that in there, you can turn this off and then just manually do that. There's a pass-fail mode button you can turn on or turn off. We'll get to that on the other screen, but that allows you to put a pass or fail stamp on the test report when it's printed out. And then there's enable log erase. That allows you to erase all the logs that are stored on the pressure logger. If you don't want anybody to have access to that, you can turn that off on this screen here so nobody has access to that. And then the system setting bar just puts a spot down in the corner where you can get into various things that you can change in the logger. So on the main screen here, as I said, you've got the real-time pressure and the peak pressure. When you're ready to start a test, if you want to, you can go in from this screen and enter in your customer information or whatever you want coming up on your test report on each one of the different pressure transducers. Once you get all that information filled in, then you're ready for your test. You'll hit the start button. It's going to ask you if you want to erase the previous test report. You're not deleting all the raw data, you're just deleting the test report. And we'll show you how that works in a minute. So once you're ready to go there, you hit the start button. Now it says it's running, so your test is running. What we have here now is just a simulator to simulate a pressure test. So we can take it up in pressure, simulating that there's pressure on the transducer. You'll take it up to pressure, dwell, vent down, and at that point your test is done, so you can go in and hit the stop button on the transducer that you're working with, and then you're ready to, you can either transfer the data from the unit here to a jump drive that's located on the side of the unit, and then you can take that to your computer to store your data. Or you can choose to print out a test report. We call it an instant test report. Here's the point where you can say, you know, this test either passed or it failed. If you put one in and you want to change it, you just hit the clear. Once you get that in there, and again, you don't have to use that, but if you want to use that, you can. When you're ready to print out, right now we have on the side, you can either put your jump drive or your printer hookup, or you can get a hub, a USB hub, and have everything hooked in all at the same time. Right now we have the printer hooked up to it, so you'll see a picture of a printer on here. If I had the USB drive, it would show a little drive over here. If you have a hub, it would show both of them. Then you can choose, do you want to send your instant test report to the USB drive, or you want to send it to your printer. Right now, since the printer's hooked up, we'll hit that. Now what that's going to do is send the test report to the printer and print out your test report. The left side of the unit has the on-off button to turn the unit on. Power cord is on the bottom. Your transducer cables come out the bottom. There's also an Ethernet connection on the bottom of the unit. If you want to hook this directly into your computer system, that's available also. Okay, the Maxpro Technologies pressure logger can be used for any situation where you have a system or any need for creating test reports of your pressure test. These go very well with the Maxpro Technologies systems that we build here. These can be integrated into the systems, mounted on the systems themselves, so you can run your pressure tests and log all your data and print out test reports or save them to your computer. If you'd like any more information, you can visit our website at www.maxprotech.com.